What's going on, guys? Kyle Bradshaw here, and today we're talking about the Continental TKC 70 rocks. So if you like the tire content that I've been providing to you guys, please, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be notified when new tire videos are released. Now this video has been a long time coming. I installed the TKC 70 rocks on the 390 Duke here. It was 2020 when the tire was first released, and I'm just now getting to the point where I need to replace it. Now about a year ago they came out with the 150/70/18 tire size right over here, and I put it on the 1190. Now it's been almost exactly a year and I've just worn the tire out. On the 390, I mounted it up at 3,000 miles, and right now I'm running at 14,500 miles. On the 1190, I mounted it up at 17,000 miles, and I got about 6,500 miles out of that tire right over there. Now there's a big difference between the power that the 390 puts down, which I got about 10,000 miles out of, and the power that the 1190 puts down, which got me about 6,000 miles. So depending on the type of application you're using, you're definitely going to see different amounts of tread wear depending on the application. The other thing I'd like to note is how the tire is being used. Are you riding it a lot off-road, or are you riding it a lot on-road? Ah! 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 Oh. The first half of both of these tires' lives, they're ridden primarily in the dirt with a little bit of on-road pavement in order to get to those dirt locations. The second half of both of their lives have been high-speed commuting here on Southern California freeways. We're talking 80, 90 miles an hour for about 35 miles at a time without any breaks in between. The melted looking rubber that you see here in the center of the 390 is what you get at high speed. You're going to see that the rubber is going to start to melt a little bit, it's going to start to peel away, but this tire handles exceedingly well in the twisties and on the pavement. Now over here on the 1190 tire, you're going to find that we have chunks missing here at the leading edge. That's from the off-road abuse that I put this tire through with 150 horsepower going to the rear wheel. Now getting into the places that I've taken both of these tires. They've been in mud, they've been in deep sand, they've been in rocks, they've been just about everywhere. And I can say that in the mud, I was actually really impressed with how this worked. New Year's this last year in Arizona, I was on the 70 rocks tire on the 1190, and I was riding with two guys on 790s. One guy was wearing a set of Motos tires, the other was wearing a Shinko E805. The interesting part is I thought that I was going to have the least appropriate tire for that particular event because it had rained for 3 days straight. The trails that we were going on were completely muddy. It was a mud fest. But to my surprise, the TKC 70 rocks actually did a really good job. I had better side traction than the gentleman that was on the E805. And that actually blew my mind. Now because it had rained so much, that mud was more of a softer, slipperier mud instead of a clay mud, which I do believe would get stuck in these grooves more so than what I experienced on that day. I have had you guys reply back to me and say that you've had it out in the sticky mud and it just caked up and was completely useless. Now when it comes to that type of mud, there is no replacement for big, deep, thick lugs that allow that mud to evacuate out of the tire when the tire starts to spin. Let's talk about road characteristics for a minute. I've been able to push these tires as hard as I could possibly push them on the 390 and on the 1190 out there in the twisties. When it comes to feedback from the road, this tire is phenomenal. It's basically a street tire with a more knobby profile so you can actually have good traction off-road. I think Continental nailed it with the TKC 70 rocks. Now what I wish Continental would do is give us a tire that's kind of in between the TKC 70 and the TKC 80. They didn't do that. They do not have a matching front, and I think that is a shame. Now on the tires that I've looked at, ridden on, and researched, I think probably the best front pairing for this tire is going to be the Dunlop TrailMax Mission tire. That Dunlop TrailMax Mission tire is going to be that perfect, not quite a knobby tire and not quite a street tire. It's going to be a great combo tire with the TKC 70 rocks. Now there's a dozen of you that I've given that recommendation to that have decided to run that combo, and the feedback has been phenomenal. If you're looking for a tire that's not a full knobby tire, and if you're looking for a tire that's going to perform amazingly on the street, and you're looking to get between 6,000 and say 10,000 miles, I highly recommend the TKC 70 Rocks. Now when it comes to the durometer reading, I wonder if that has changed. We're looking at 72-ish on the brand new tire, and here on the used tire, oh, we're looking at 68. Looks like that rubber compound has gotten softer as we've used the tire. Now let's move over to the 390 and see if we get that same measurement. Yep, definitely softer compound once it's been run in and used over the duration. It gives you great street tire feedback on the street. It gives you great grip in the dirt unless it's really sandy or really muddy. And overall, it's a great performing tire. I'm Kyle Bradshaw. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions about this tire, or if you own a set of these and you want to give some feedback, please leave a comment down below. Please give it a big thumbs up if you've gotten this far. And if you enjoy this content, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be notified when new videos are released. I really appreciate all of your guys' patronage. Until next time, take care and ride safe out there. What's going on, guys? Kyle Bradshaw here with Harper Rose, London Lou, and Baron Bradshaw. Today we're talking about the Continental TKC 70 Rocks. Harper, what do you have to say about it?
It's cool and fast.
It's cool and fast? Do you like this tire or this tire? You like that one? Tell the camera why you like that one.